Hey, how's it going out there? Rich Ramirez coming to you from Pismo Beach, California. And it's about 11:30 Friday night, and I just want to go ahead and talk about dreaming big. Now, recently, within the Internet Lifestyle Network, we've been talking about cars. Okay, now most companies out there, when you're productive and you reach a certain income level, they'll start giving you a car per se, or they'll give you a car bonus. And what Vincent Ortega Jr. is looking at is giving us either a Range Rover or a vehicle that you know that's under the $150,000 price range. And for me, I never really thought about cars because it's always been out of my price range. But for the first time, I actually went ahead and did the exercise and went onto one of those websites and literally designed my own car. Okay, or designed my own Range Rover. Okay, picked it down to the color, got all the extra stuff, and wasn't worried about the price, because if I'm always worried about the price, then how am I able to think big? Okay, um, then I, it's just like going to school. Okay, um, yeah, I went back to school, compliments of the state, but that's also because I was unemployed. Okay, I lost my job a few years back, and I started looking at a Jim Rohn video on YouTube, and in one of his videos he talks about value. Okay, you're paid for what you're worth. This whole minimum wage thing is, yeah, that's what the state or the federal minimum wage is, what they have to pay. But when you start looking into the types of skills that you have and what you bring to the table, a good manager, a good human resources department will see that you are a good asset to the company, and they'll compensate you for it. I remember there was one company that I was at the point where I had two jobs, and one company came back and said, well, you know what, we really want you to stay here, so how much are they paying you over there? And had I known that they were trying to play a wage war, I probably would have gone a little higher, but but that's okay. I got a raise because of the value that I had. I believed in, with customer service. I really felt like the theme song from Cheers. You know, um, everybody likes to go to a place because everybody knows their name, and that was what I did. I tried to get to know every customer's name that came through the door while I was working, and I wanted them to feel like they were at home, you know, like they were welcomed. And the owners saw that, and so that's why I was getting the extra compensation there. But um, you know, getting back on dreaming big. Yes, I go on a tangent sometimes. You know, um, for me, I've just never really taken the time to see further than just a couple of days. But I'm trying to look I gotta stop using that word try. I know it's a bad word because using that word or using try is another way of saying that I won't make it. Okay, it's telling yourself subconsciously that you're going to fail. So I will not use try anymore as I get tongue-tied here. But one of my big whys in getting involved in this business. Okay, now some of you know, if you've been watching my videos, that I'm a recovering alcoholic. Okay, and I do participate in a local Celebrate Recovery program, and that to me is my work. That's my passion. I love helping people, and I'll do what I can to make sure that everything's running properly. Yeah, I guess that falls under the control there too. But sometimes I have to let go and let the process happen. I was a little bit worried tonight because of the fact that we had a different church who was gifting us our meals, basically. We do have a dinner on Friday nights, and it's a way of fellowship and a way of getting to know other people that are part of our program. And like I said, we had a different church who decided that, this is our way of reaching out to other local churches with the Celebrate Recovery Ministry, and we're going to give you guys the night off. And so their crew came up to our church and they made dinner, and there was no cost. So basically everybody was allowed to eat for free. And that in itself is a huge blessing. So, and if any of you are watching this, because I know occasionally you do, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time and doing that for us. And anywho, part of my vision with Celebrate Recovery out here, and just in general with recovery, is that I want to see a teen recovery home. Okay, we have recovery homes for women, or recovery homes with mothers and children or infants. Very rare, but they usually are able to find a place. But there really isn't anything for teens in our area. And when I say recovery, okay, recovery isn't always drugs and alcohol. Recovery can be from your emotional past, from gambling, from codependency, being a people pleaser. There's just so many different things. Anger. And you'd be surprised actually how many men also that do have physical and emotional abuse. Now that's something that doesn't really get talked about, because of course we're men and we don't want to accept the fact that we had a troubled childhood. But there are people who have that issue. My physical and emotional abuse was the fact that I was molested between the ages of 5 and 9. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. You know, I never dealt with it as a child, but for the first time in all my different tries and trying to stay sober, I finally went and did some counseling with one of our local nonprofits. What was it called? SARP, Sexual Assault Recovery and Prevention. Okay, yeah, it was tough, but we all have baggage. Okay, so if you have something that's holding you back from being able to move forward in life, find a support group to get into. Don't be afraid to dig deep inside and figure out what your issues are and work on them. Swallow that pride. Talk to somebody and say, what do I do? How can I get through this? And I want to go ahead and close with this, being since we're at 11 minutes. My goodness, my 2-3 minutes. I don't know if I'll ever get this down. But while I was reading the 15, let's see if we can see this here. Okay, John C. Maxwell, 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Okay, and in this section, under the Law of Awareness, there's a poem in here. I don't know if it's a poem, but it's something that John C. Maxwell had written down, and I'll go ahead and include this in the writing below. But this is what it says, and the title of it is called Dream Big. Okay. If there were ever a time to dare, to make a difference, to embark on something worth doing, it is now. Not for any grand cause necessarily, but for something that tugs at your heart, something that's your aspiration, something that's your dream. You owe it to yourself to make your days here count. Have fun, dig deep, stretch, dream big. Know, though, that things worth doing seldom come easy. There will be good days, and there will be bad days. There will be times when you want to turn around, pack it up, and call it quits. Those times tell you that you are pushing yourself, that you are not afraid to learn by trying. And often, for those of us in either network marketing, direct sales, relationship marketing, multi-level marketing, being an entrepreneur, today it's now being an informational marketer, we're going to have setbacks, okay? That's just part of the game. But are you willing to get up and continue moving forward? Just like in recovery, okay? I don't know how many times I've fallen off. Well, several, okay? It's taken me 17 years to get the 3 years that I have. Was it easy? No, of course not. But knowing that I don't have to be afraid of my past anymore, knowing that I'm accepted for who I am today, knowing that those trials that I went through happened for a reason. Okay? God was preparing me for something big. Now it's my turn to finally get on board and go with it. Alright, you all. Remember to do what you love with passion. Give yourself grace for the mistakes that you have made, and continuously grow at least 1% than the day before. If you want to find out more information, just go ahead and fill out the form. Look for me on Facebook, and you all have a great day. Take care.